Today's class is specifically for spring, that transition out of winter into spring, which is what we're experiencing here in Australia. In some of the colder climates, you'll see in nature that the snow starts to melt and then it moistens the soil, so it kind of reflects Kapha properties. So we may experience that a little ourselves too, where we have some new strength and vigor, but we may notice some more mucus and moisture within our body, groundedness and a sense of contentment as we step into spring, but there may also be a little bit of feeling like we need to shake off the winter and just letting go of any remnants of that. So a little bit of cleansing, a little bit of vigorous movement can be really good things to do at this time to help us fully embody what spring has to offer. Blossoming, the fertility that it has to offer. So we are going to be doing a bit of a vigorous practice today, a little bit heating, and I invite you to engage in Ujjayi breathing as well throughout your practice to build a little bit of heat throughout the practice. So if you'd like to get started sitting down, and we'll just take a moment to become present in our body, setting ourselves up for a nice, present, grounded, embodied practice. And closing your eyes, letting your hips and legs be heavy. And settling in, noticing your breath. And letting your shoulders drop down away from your ears as you inhale and lift into your spine. Exhale, softening into your breath. And if you're familiar with Ujjayi breathing, you can already begin to engage with Ujjayi breathing. If you're not familiar with it, it's simply inhaling, and as we exhale, gently engage through the throat and feel as if you're exhaling out through the middle of your throat area, like there's a little straw poking out the middle of your throat, and you're sending the breath out that vessel. So you'll feel your mouth and your tongue engage slightly, and then you'll hear a gentle rasping as you exhale. A bit of a Darth Vader kind of a sound. Taking 2 more full breaths. For the next 3 rounds of our breath, we'll sound the sacred syllable Om for the entire length of our exhalation. So let's inhale together. Om. Inhale. Om. One last time, inhale. Om. Allowing the mantra to resonate through your mind and heart. Come back to your regular breathing. And opening your eyes, coming over onto your knees. Hands to rest just on top of your knees so you can lean your body weight forward into your hands. And we're going to go into a pumping action with our breath, helping to help dispel some of this potential excess kapha or ama. So like helping to get rid of any excess congestion. So hands to the knees and inhale. And as you exhale, forcibly drawing in through the belly to force the breath out through the nose. And just taking short, quick inhalations as you forcibly exhale. And continuing on for as long as you feel comfortable for a cycle, and then take a restful breath, and then go again, and we'll do that for 3 times. And one last time. And come back to regular breathing, taking a moment with our hands together in prayer position. And setting an intention for our practice today that as this is a spring practice, it's time that we can move to our edge again, coming out of hibernation, and even see if we can playfully explore beyond our edge, so not being afraid to cultivate a bit of vigor and a bit of strength in our practice today. All right, hands to the floor, stacking your shoulders above your wrists and hips above your knees, moving through some cat-cows. Inhale, looking forward, drop your belly, lengthen through your spine. Exhale, rounding through your spine, drawing in through your belly, chin in toward your chest. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. One more time. Inhale. Exhale. And come back to center. All right, tucking your toes under, we're going to take our right foot forward in between our hands. So your back toes stay tucked under, hand to your front knee, and lowering down into a lunge, and then taking the hips back. So in our practice today, not being afraid to bring a little bit of energy, so already making that mental or internal decision that you're going to come at your practice. You're alive, you're in it. Sometimes our practice can be really mindful and restorative, and we feel a little bit withdrawn and in ourselves. But today, feel free to show up full sparkle. All right, and let's take it through a downward dog, warming up through downward dog, lifting and lowering your heels, stretching out through the backs of your legs. Good, and then lower both knees to the floor, keeping the toes tucked under, stepping the left foot forward. Hands to your front knee, going into a lunge, and taking it back. Back and forth. Good. Let's do one more each way. And hands to the floor, stepping back again into downward dog. This time, finding yourself in downward dog, spreading your fingers and thumbs nice and wide. Press the floor away, set the shoulders down the back. Lift into your hips and lengthen down into your heels. One more breath here. All right, knees to the floor, diving your chest to the floor, elbows drawing in, holding here for a breath. And flatten out through the feet, belly to the floor. Inhale, lifting up. Exhale, lower down. Doing that 4 more times. Inhale, lifting up. Exhale, lower down. And just taking your time to warm up through your spine, opening up through the chest. Lengthening back into your toes. One more time. Come down. This time coming all the way up into Cobra. Holding here for just a couple of breaths. Feeling every breath to be nice and cleansing into the lungs. Ujjayi breath. Knees to the floor. Taking it back into child's pose just for a couple of breaths. Lifting up, coming through downward dog, and walking your feet forward to meet your hands. Bending your knees, laying your belly over your thighs. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, bend the knees and fold. Inhale, flat back. One more time with bent knees, folding forward, curling into your legs. And then inhale, flat back. Taking your hands up your shins. And exhale with straight legs, folding forward, holding the ankles or the toes, drawing your upper body in toward your legs. Bending through your knees. Coming halfway up into a chair position, interlocking your hands behind your body, pressing the palms together as you draw your shoulder blades together, and then bow forward, belly to the thighs, taking the hands and arms up and over. Keeping your breath flowing. 2 more breaths here. For the final breath, straightening out through your legs, moving deeper into the pose. And then begin to slowly release, bending through the knees, lower your arms, coming all the way up through chair, taking a breath here. Then inhale, lift up. Exhale, hands either side. Hands either side of your body, taking a breath in Tadasana or mountain pose. Standing at the top of your mat and getting ready for some sun salutations. Inhale, bringing the energy. Exhale, folding forward. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold, jump or step. And lower down. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, lifting back into downward dog. Taking 3 breaths here. Finalizing your 3rd breath, and then in that space just before your inhalation, jumping your feet forward. And a big inhale, flat back. Exhale, folding forward. Inhale, come all the way up. Exhale, come back to mountain pose. Inhale, reaching up. Exhale, folding forward. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold, jump or step back. Lower down. Inhaling up. Exhale, downward dog. Drawing energy from your palms up to your hips, and from your hips down to your heels, grounding into your forefoot and your toes. And looking between your hands, jump or step. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, come all the way up. Exhale, return to mountain. 1 final round, inhale. Exhale, fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold, jump or step back into plank. And lower. Inhaling up. Exhale, downward dog. 3 nice full deep breaths. Jump or step. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, come all the way up. Exhale. All right, let's start adding some poses in. Inhale, reaching up. Exhale, folding forward. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold, jump or step. Lower down. Inhaling up. Exhale, downward dog. Take a breath. Inhale, raising the right leg. Exhale, stepping it through. Keeping the back knee up off the floor. Bending through the front knee, coming up into high lunge. 3 breaths here. And release your hands to the floor, step back, lower down. Inhale up. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale the left leg up. Exhale, step your foot through. High lunge on the left side. Good. And hands to the floor. Step back, lower down. Inhaling up. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale the right leg up. Exhale, stepping your foot forward. Spin the back foot down at 45. Inhale, coming up into warrior one. Trying to stack the front knee over the front ankle. And we're going to take a big breath and inhale, reach, exhale, taking the arms out to the side, opening, expanding through the chest. Lift and lengthen up out of your waistline. Sinking down into that front thigh. And taking the hands back up. And exhale, hands to the floor. Step back, lower down. Inhale up. Exhale back. Inhale the left leg up. Exhale, step it through. Spin the back foot down. Inhale, warrior one on the left side. Ground down through your feet, lifting up through your upper body. Inhale, reach, and exhale, taking your arms out to the side. Nice big open expression. Taking your gaze gently upwards. And inhale, reaching up. Exhale, hands to the floor. Step back, lower down. Inhaling up. Exhale, downward dog. Okay, one more pose. Inhale, reaching up. Exhale, step your foot forward. Spin the back foot down. Inhale, coming up through warrior one. Clasp your hands behind you. Excuse me. Clasping your hands behind you and drawing your shoulders in toward each other. Whew, I can feel the heat. Folding forward, bowing forward, taking your arms up and over. So if you have capacity to, you can take your foot a little wider, dropping your torso down to the inside of your knee and your leg. Otherwise, just folding forward over your front leg. And lifting up. Release. Coming back through warrior one. Exhale, hands to the floor. Step back, lower down. Inhaling up. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale the left leg up. Exhale. Setting yourself up in warrior one. Reaching up first. And then exhale. Clasp your hands behind you. rolling your shoulder blades together and folding forward. Taking your arms up and over, bowing forward. And slowly come up. Inhale, warrior one, arms up. Exhale, hands to the floor. Stepping back, lower down. Inhaling up. Exhale, knees to the floor. Hips to your heels and forehead to the floor, coming into child's pose. Relaxing into your thighs and letting your shoulders completely soften and relax. Allowing your breath to soften. Noticing as you slow down your breath, it helps to slow down your heart rate. And slowly start to press yourself up, unfurl. Taking your hands forward, coming back through downward dog. Let's finish off that sequence, jumping our feet forward. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, come all the way up. Exhale. Releasing your arms by your side. And come to step to the middle of your mat. So we'll go into Garudasana, and then we'll flow from there into Goddess pose. So just finding your center of gravity, feeling into this grounding down through your feet, grounding your energy downwards. And hang on, I need to take a breath. Okay, no, we're serious. Grounding down through your feet, soften through your left leg. Get grounded through that foot as you take the right knee up and over. Toes to the floor or wrapping the toes all the way around the back of the calf. And we're going to do the same kind of express open arms. So instead of going fully entwined with a closed chest, we're really trying to encourage this opening through the chest, lots of breath flowing in, because kapha and excess kapha that can accumulate from winter through to spring can be nestled from the stomach up through the chest and the head area. So we want to keep it nice and open, breathe it all out, expelling any excess congestion through heat, through the breath, through focus and release. Let's move over to the other side. Right foot to the floor, soft bend through the knee, taking the left leg over, toes to the floor or wrapped around. And then opening out, expanding, sinking down into your hips. And release. Stepping the feet out wide. Turning the toes out, sitting down like a horse stance. And from this position, just starting to get grounded and finding that center again, where you feel like you can kind of hover in a horse stance. If you go too deep, your whole focus will be this strengthening of the hips and legs. We want to be in a nice relaxed position, upright, and then take the arms up, open, and inhaling, drawing in, and as we exhale, just poking out the tongue and giving a nice heating, assertive exhalation to release. So inhale. Doing that a couple more times in your own breath rate. If you feel the need to be more vocal, go ahead. Especially if you're on your own, just go for it, let it out. Let's do one more. Excellent. Then inhale, reaching up, turn the toes in. And exhale, hands to your hips, folding forward. Taking a nice passive forward fold, allowing your upper body to hang forward. Maybe bringing the crown of your head to rest on the floor. One more breath here. Hands to the floor. Slowly press yourself up. Hands to your hips, coming all the way up to stand. Turning to step to the front of your mat. And inhale, reaching up. Let's slow flow down to the floor. Exhale. Folding forward. Inhale, flat back. Lingering a little. Offering your heart center forward. And exhale, maybe stepping or gently jumping back. And lower down. Inhale, cobra or upward dog. Exhale, taking it back through a nice stretchy downward dog. Feel free to take your feet out a little wider if you like. Or play with feet completely together, ankles pressing together. And bending through the knees, maneuvering through the hips and upper body. Good. And gently jumping through to seated position. All right, taking your legs forward. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Excuse me. Lift and lengthen and folding forward, reaching for your ankles or your big toes, wrapping your first two fingers around your big toes, scooping in through your belly, lifting the kneecaps and firming the thighs as you fold forward. Flexing your toes back toward you and pressing your heels away. Shoulders down away from your ears. And slowly come up. Bring the right foot in. Pressing the sole of your foot to your left inner thigh. Lift and lengthen and folding forward over your left leg. Maybe taking hold of your wrist or just around your ankle or foot. And settling in for a few breaths. Coming halfway up, looking forward. Lower your left forearm to the floor. Taking hold of your toes or just allowing your arm to float in the air, going into a revolved position. So spiraling the lower rib cage through and opening up through your side body. Still reaching toward the left toes or holding the left toes. Grounding down through your hips. And slowly come up. Come back and switch sides. Extending the right leg out, bring the left foot in. Lift and lengthen and folding forward over your right leg. Good. Releasing halfway up, bringing the right forearm to the floor. And bringing the lower ribs through, reaching up and over, opening up through your side body, pressing the back of the leg and the hips into the floor as you create a nice opening arc through your left side body. One more breath here. And come all the way up. Bring the soles of your feet together very briefly, going through butterfly pose before going into a seated wide-legged position. Lifting through your spine, pressing your knees down toward the floor. Open up through the heart center and chest. And now take the legs out wide. Nice. Lift and lengthen and fold forward. Walking your hands forward. If you'd like to, you can sway a little from side to side. And when you're ready, propping yourself up either on your hands or your forearms. Or if you have capacity to go all the way forward, you can go as far as feels comfortable. Remember, we are exploring our edge this evening. Exploring going beyond our edge. Coming out of winter and hibernation energy. Just a few more breaths here. And slowly press yourself up. Take your hands under your knees. Give yourself a little hug. And come down onto your front. And just taking your forehead to the back of your hands, rocking your hips from side to side for a moment. Softening through the lower back area, releasing through your hips. And then let your hips be still. And start to mentally visualize your spine, the length of your spine and each vertebra into connecting with one another. We're going to move into Shalabhasana, or locust pose. So starting to raise the legs, keeping the legs straight, reaching into the toes, and then taking your arms out by your sides, reaching back into your fingertips. Feeling your back working, but feeling your spine to be nice and long. Good. Slowly release. Now taking hold of your feet and working. I have to be careful. I can't lay on my mic, but you guys can lay forward completely, chest to the floor. We're going to hold both feet and draw your feet in toward your hips to try and stretch and open and awaken through the front of the hips and the thighs in the lead up to going into upward bow. So just taking a bit of time. Pressing the front of your hips into the floor as you draw your heel into your hips. And keep holding your feet. Whenever you feel ready and inspired to lift into upward bow, go ahead. Doesn't matter how far you go into the pose. Listening to your body. Flexing through the feet, holding through the front of the ankle, and already feeling that as you draw your hands against your ankle, how it helps to elevate your chest. And then again, just connecting with your spine. So visualizing your spine lengthening and begin to lift up. Keep breathing. Feeling your chest opening. And release whenever you're ready. Releasing your feet. And again, just rocking your hips from side to side. And then rolling over onto your back. Bring your feet to the floor really slowly and gently, rocking your knees from side to side. And then allowing them to move all the way over to one side. Soften completely through your belly. And up and over to the other side. Again, soften, relax. Bring your knees back to center, hugging your knees into your chest. Lengthen your tailbone down toward the floor. Lower the right foot to the floor. Bring the left ankle to the top of your thigh and draw the legs in, going into a reclined pigeon stretch, using your left elbow, working it into your left leg as you draw your legs in. Nice. And slowly release your hands. Bring your foot to the floor, but slide your knee over the top of the other leg. And let's lower our legs over to the right, turning to look to the left. Navel drawing in. Return your legs back to center. Left foot to the floor, right ankle to the top of your thigh. Raising your legs, interlocking your hands behind your left thigh as you work your right elbow into that right leg. Drawing in as you press the knee away. And slowly release. Foot to the floor. Leg crossed over the other leg. And lower your knees over to the side. Turning to look in the opposite direction. Softening your gaze or close your eyes completely. And returning to center. Hug your knees in one last time. Make some circles with your knees if you like. And tuning into your body and taking any last poses or stretches that your body is craving. It can be formal poses or it can just be general stretches. And then making yourself comfortable for some Yoga Nidra and Shavasana. When you are ready, just really letting go and adjusting your environment too if you need to turn the lights down or do something to make yourself feel more comfortable, taking cushions or bolster anywhere under your body, maybe a piece of cloth or clothing over your face. And once you're settled in, noticing how your mind and body feel after your practice. Our practice can offer some lightness and heat for our tissues to counter the heaviness of accumulation over winter. So hopefully you can feel some of that nice invigoration and lightness now. Now just taking some time to relax each part of your body as I mention it. Starting by taking your awareness all the way down to your feet. Relax your toes, from your big toes to your little toes. Relax the soles of your feet. Feel your heels getting heavier and heavier. Soften into your ankles. Soften into your calf muscles. And let your shin bones be heavy. Relax your knees. Relax your thighs. And relax your hips. Your left hip and your right hip. Feel your whole pelvic region to be heavy and relaxed. Feel the sides of your torso softening as if they're melting down toward the floor. Soften into your belly. Feeling all of your internal organs resting in your pelvic and abdominal region to be softening and relaxing. Relax into your lungs, your ribs, and all the muscles in between each rib. Feeling your heart to be soft and light. Taking a moment to observe the very subtle and gentle experience of your heartbeat. Taking a few nourishing breaths into your heart center. Visually signaling to your heart to relax and let go of any tension. And then allowing yourself to relax and let go of any emotional tension that may be stored in this region of your heart center. Allowing yourself to lay down your worries, your stresses, anything you're carrying on your heart, just taking a moment to lay it down and let it go. And feeling your shoulders softening. Softening in and around the shoulder joints. And around the shoulder blades. Releasing any tension. Again, just letting it go. Softening into your upper arms, your elbows and your forearms. Relax into your wrists and hands. Moving your awareness to your lower back. Relax your lower back, your middle back, your upper back, and your neck. Your head is heavy and your face is soft. Your entire body is heavy and relaxed. You feel safe and warm. And just taking the next minute or so to rest and relax completely. Feeling grounded and connected to the earth beneath you. Feeling light, steady, energized, and revitalized. And feeling more in touch with your true self. And coming back to our intention for our practice today, which was to lighten up and expel some of the heaviness that we may be carrying in our tissues, maybe mentally, and to explore our limits, and just coming back to that and seeing if we can carry that off the mat and generate or invite a sense of blossoming and abundance as we step into this beautiful season of spring. And starting to wiggle your fingers and toes, and rock your head from side to side. Rolling over onto your left side and gently pressing yourself up to sit. And we'll close off our practice today by sounding the sacred syllable Om 3 times. So let's exhale completely and inhale together. Om. Again, inhale. Inhale. Let's bring our palms together in prayer position. Bowing our heads to offer our respects to each other. And bowing once more to offer our respects to the Supreme Soul. Namaste.